So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, and welcome to our continuous Thursday jolly and meditation and our little rant about the world. Right? So, um, and if those people who've read the post or read what's going on the YouTube content, then really what I'm looking at is trying to describe what a paradigm shift looks like. And a paradigm shift looks like that you wake up in a different reality. So it's you've been imagine the world that you're living in is a dream, okay? And then you wake up from this dream. What that means is you can't go back to that dream. And this is what a paradigm shift is. And what makes it particularly interesting, or should I say, um, impactful, is that it unstabilizes your sense of self. It unstabilizes your security. It unstabilizes all the things that you thought and you took for granted, and you thought they were for your good. So it could be as I don't know as evident as the health service, something that have been taken for granted, particularly in Britain with the NHS, fantastic system, served the population for decades. As soon as the individuals who wanted to profit get their hands on it, decimated, completely decimated, to the point now it's becoming a joke in some places. Then you look at police and you look at security and safety. And you hear now, if you've served two-thirds of your sentence, you don't have to be monitored for the other third. So where does safety, security go? Something that you took for granted. When you have a burglary, 9 times out of 10, it's not investigated, nothing happens. You took it for granted. Anything you look at, your government, our government, however you look at the individuals, follow the money. If you want to know what's going on with the migration stuff, follow the money. Where does the money end up? Who's making a buck out of it? And you will see the very people pretending to be able to control it or wishing to control it are the very people who profit from it. It's a business. Poverty is a business. War is a business. Illness is a business. That's the reality of humanity. And when we begin to understand that this business is in fact predatory, it's parasitic, it feeds on you. Until you see the disease and recognize the disease, we're not going to do anything about it. Well, we are there now. Thankfully, we are there now. And this isn't because you want to recognize the disease. The symptoms are now going to slap you across the face. That's what's going to happen, and is happening. It is happening. The only thing is, it's like a frog being boiled very slowly in a pot of water. Doesn't quite realize the change, but knows a change is going on. So when we become insecure and unstable in this space, and we begin to feel that, this can come out as erratic behavior, this can come out as anxiety, this can also come out hopelessness. That I can't change the awful stuff that's going on around me. I can't change it. That hopefulness. And the agenda is to create the hopefulness in you, or hopelessness, should I say. Hopelessness, that you've become, that there is nothing you can do about it. And that's to take away your very gift of humanity. And this is when we say it's an anti-human crime. It isn't like killing the humans are bad enough. It's taking the very essence of what it means to be a live human being, right? A being, a consciousness that has awareness. It is sentient. It can become, and they say, within the reincarnation kind of space, you imagine like an hourglass, and you know where the crux is, where they meet, right? Either you go up, you go down, right? That little meeting point is the human birth. It's the human birth. And having evolved consciousness, through thousands and millions and millions and millions of recycling beds, what we call lives, this wave, this ocean that pretends to be a wave every so often in your name or your identity keeps going, oh. Karma is the kind of ingredient that keeps it going, and the form changes. But when you come to the form of the human, you have the ability to reflect. You have the ability to reflect. You have the ability to know and question the self. A dog doesn't question itself. It doesn't say, oh, why am I a dog? What am I doing here in my dogginess? It doesn't even know it's a dog. It just is. And we as human beings have this capacity, this little point at which we can question. What am I doing here? What's life about? This allows us to enter the other part that's at this point, this junction, upwards. And there are different spaces, the initial spaces are just presence and unification, kind of oneness and stuff. But there are many other components to this. Co-creation, active, intentional, awareness-based co-creation, using the ether around you, using intention, creating quantum fields, all that kind of scientifically validated space that can be linked to where you are, your frequency, where you are. All that is present to every human being, to every human being. For the human being is the expression, the ultimate expression of godliness. Because here you got a chance. But once you enter downwards, you don't know which way it's going to go. For you can't dictate what tomorrow is going to bring, let alone what your next incarnation is going to bring. If you say, well, I can't remember my previous life, well, you can't remember 10 days ago. Do you know what I mean? There's a capacity in the human that accumulates this. This is what our karmic space is, which ties us in this existence. So, this learning point, this crux, this learning point is being subdued. It's being subdued because the innocence of being a human, a child is born innocent. Its very space is innocence. A human being is ultimately innocent. And an innocent can be misled. And we have been misled. And that's what it is. And the question is, who's the misleaders? And as the misleaders come to your vision, as they reveal themselves from their misdemeanors, this is where the paradigm shift takes place. Where the religious, the authority, the medical, well, however you see it, the education, you will begin to see it for what it is. And what it is a way of subjugating, training you to think alike. You cannot question the paradigm. You cannot question what they're telling you. If they're telling you that a tomato plant can be a hippopotamus, you have to question. This is where we've got to. Yeah. So we see ourselves at the junction point, at the point at which we don't know, we are waking up to our reality. And this reality, as we awaken to this reality, we will find that it's not so much something that you're doing, it's the circumstances around you that are enabling it to happen. And as this reality becomes more and more manifest, this is where the paradigm becomes manifested, a new way of life. So as dark as it may seem, remember, at the bottom of a match, there's always darkness, right? A flame always comes out of darkness. So we have to take not hope and not optimism, but the natural outcome of the current cycle, because everything has to go to this place, everything. And in our cosmic age we're in now, the age of Aquarius, it's on the upward trend. And this is going to happen maybe another 25 years, in different ways, not all the hardship, right? But the change in human evolution to be able to accommodate in this new galactic energetic center that we're in. So I thought I'd provide some insight into my ramblings about how this paradigm manifests itself. And we can see in a year's time if it has. And if it has, we can say, oh, wow, I'm glad I prepared for it. That's going to come. And if it doesn't, you can say, God, that bloke just rambles. Either way, we'll have a laugh about it. Okay, let's do our meditation. So today, so far, we've introduced the humming, okay? So we do a quick body scan, and then we follow with about 8 minutes of humming. And then out of the humming, we go to our breath. When you hear the bell, we go to the breath and we settle ourselves with the breath, and then we expand our awareness, right? That's the kind of general thing. So today, what we want to do is we want to put a sound to the humming. All right. So the idea is, how do we go from the humming to the mantra? Right? How do we transition from the humming to using the humming as a prescription? Okay. So the natural prescription of all human beings is the sound of your breath. Whatever the sound of your breath is. So if your sound of your breath is subtle, then that's your prescription. If your sound of breath is harsh, then that's your prescription. And the sound of the breath manifests itself in terms of its audio in two ways, right? So as you breathe in, there's a sound to your breath. Okay, the sound to it. And as you breathe out, there's a sound to your breath. If you just take note of that, there's a sound. You may not be able to describe it, but there's a sound. Okay. Okay. The sound comprises of two syllables. So on the breath in, hum on the breath out. So hum. So. What we're going to do is we are going to, when we go to our breath, when we're doing our humming, the humming, so you just follow my instructions, but the only difference is as you're humming, so as opposed to just the hum, you're now aware of the ha element of it, the ha sound of it. Yeah, you're aware of the, what do you call it, the note? No, or the sound, the ha sound. So it's a ha, right? That takes the ha sound. And we kind of ensure that we are aware of that sound as much as we can be. So on the breath in, we listen and we recognize the soul. On the breath out, it's the hum, but we're aware of the ha in it. Okay, and then we're going to do that for about 10 minutes, maybe 7-8 minutes. Then we go to our breath. When we go to our breath, we are listening for the same sound. We're not making it anymore. We're listening to it in the breath. We're listening it, right? So I will kind of instruct as I go along, just giving you an overview. And then from there, just follow my instructions. And then towards the end, we'll see where we end up. Okay. All right. So if you begin with your back straight, feet flat on the ground. If you're sitting on a chair, pull your shoulders back, pull your chin in, and notice that your eyes are closed. And then notice your posture. Just for a few moments, just bring your focus to your posture. And what you want to notice is first, just the physical posture that you're in. And next, you want to notice if there's any discomfort in your body. So it could be a physical pain, or it could be an ache, a tightness, an itch. So you just scan your body. And to help you do this, you imagine a hula hoop above your head. Allow it to move down, scanning your body for any sensations that are present. And if you discover a pain or an ache or a tightness or an itch, just notice where it is. You don't need to work out why and what. just where it is, location. Okay, on your next breath in, bring your focus now on the seat you're on and see if you can notice how the seat, the chair, or the floor supports you. And you will notice not does it just support you, but it holds you in place. And not just the ground beneath you holds you in place, but the environment around you surrounds you and holds you in place. You can't be any other place but where you are. And notice that the breath that you draw in right now can only be drawn from the air in front of you. Allow yourself to be located. The ground beneath you, the space around you, the air before you. Next breath in, you bring your focus now to the seat you're on, and you will notice there are sensations in your body where your body makes contact with the seat. Take your focus to those. From those sensations, we're going to draw our focus upwards, so we become aware of our hips. Remember, you're looking for sensations. So you're not imagining, you're simply sensing that part of the body. And then gently allow this awareness to move down your thighs towards your knees. From your knees, you allow this awareness to scan the back of your legs towards your ankles, and then followed by scanning the front of your legs, all the way down to your ankles. And then notice your feet. So you're just sensing them. Remember, you're sensing them. You're not imagining or thinking about them. You're just sensing that part of the body. And then taking your focus to the soles of your feet. Now you want to hold your focus there for a short while. Next breath in, bring your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice once again the sensations where your body makes contact. And then notice that your back is straight and upright. On your next breath in, you're going to gently bring your focus from your lower back to your middle back. From your middle back, you bring your focus up towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. And see if you can soften your shoulders. And then gently bringing your focus down your arms towards your elbows. From your elbows, moving down towards your wrists. Bring your focus to the palms of your hands. And then taking your focus to your fingers. From your fingers Gently bring this focus up towards your eyes. And then begin to notice the darkness you're aware of. Notice that this awareness cannot be switched off. And then as you breathe out, you allow your eyes to soften, and then gently bringing your focus towards your lips. Notice your upper lip. Notice the lower lip. And then gently taking your focus within your mouth. Sensations on the roof of your mouth. On the inside cheeks. And then notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. And again. Allow your jaw to soften. And then as you breathe out, you allow your face to soften. And on your next breath in, you bring your focus just beneath your nose. And as you breathe in again, you bring your focus to your body again. And notice if there's anything dominant that draws your focus. Is there any pain? Is there any tightness? Is there any itch? Now that we've scanned the body, we bring our focus beneath our nose and we begin to notice the breath. Allowing the breath to breathe by itself. Notice the in-breath comes in with a start and an end, and the out-breath has a start and an end. In-breath has a start and an end. Out-breath has a start and an end. Stay with your breath. Notice your breath has a sound. On your next breath in, you're going to draw a slow, deep breath in. Hold. And as you breathe out, you begin to hum. 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 Hold your focus to the sound. Stay with your breath. Try and listen to the in-breath as it comes in. Try and listen to the out-breath as it goes out. Stay with your breath. Follow your out-breath all the way till the end. Allow each out-breath to move you deeper and deeper into the moment of now. Alert, relaxed, present. Following your out-breath all the way till the end. Stay with your breath. On your next breath out, open your awareness to all the sounds around you, including the sound of your breath. Begin to listen. Listening to your breath, but open to all the sounds around you. Allow any noise to come to you. You don't need to look for anything. No commentary, no judgment. Just listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. Your breath is your anchor. Stay with your breath. On your next breath out, expand your awareness, becoming aware of your body as best as you can. Notice your posture. Notice if there's any discomfort in the body. Notice how the body feels within itself. And then bringing your focus to your seat. Notice how well you're held in place. Same place where you began. Sensations where your seat makes contact. And then from those sensations, we move our focus up towards our hips, gently becoming aware of the body itself. Then gently moving this focus down our thighs towards our knees. Take your time. Allowing our awareness to be embodied again. From your knees, move down towards your ankles, scanning the front and the back of your legs. Notice your feet. And then once again, coming to the soles of your feet and just holding your focus there for a short while. Bringing your focus back to your seat. Notice your back is straight and upright, shoulders, arms, hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed. Coming back to your breath. And now as the breath comes in, you can sense your body. As the breath goes out, you can sense your body. Breathing in, you can sense your body. Breathing out, you can sense your body. Breathing in, you can sense your body. Breathing out, you can sense your body. Notice how you feel within yourself. Breathing in, you feel calm. Breathing out, you feel calm. And now creating the intention to come out. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw a slow, deep breath in, and in your own time, gently opening your eyes, bringing some of that peace back with